Hey there, folks. Got a TTI Sand Viper. I'm gonna give you my first impressions on this. This is not my gun, but I've fucked around with it some. It came new, so I took it upon myself to play around with this gun, compare it to some other things, and I'm gonna give you my impressions on it. Am I gonna buy one of these for myself? It's not impossible. It's likely not, but it's not an impossible thing. Okay, so most of you probably know what this is, but this is a 2011 in 9mm. It's, what is this thing marketed as? Let's see, it is designed to be the, I'm reading right off of the website. The Sand Viper was designed to be the ultimate 2-gun or 3-gun pistol. The firearm runs flawlessly with any factory or hand-loaded ammunition. That's good. With its extremely flat shooting compensator and low bore axis optic cut, point of aim will be nearly dead on at every distance from 5 yards to 50. This gun is already the sickest serpent on the planet, holding the overall win at USPSA 2-Gun Nationals. Unlike many other 2011s, the fit and finish is like nothing you've ever held. These guns are tailor designed to fit and feel exactly like the guns Terran has used building his legacy. The memory groove is blended seamlessly to activate immediately. For any shooter, this is the most astonishing handgun you'll ever hold. Be careful of its hidden fangs. Okay, so that's a pretty grandiose description. I mean, a very direct comparison we can make. Here we go. Here's another thing. Here's Staccato XL next to the Sand Viper. Yeah, anyway, I'm pretty familiar with the Staccatos at this point, so it does make for a good comparison point for me. So the way that I look at this gun, like compared to the Staccato, it's like a little bit better, or it's like theoretically a little bit better for most of it. So good example here, let's see, the optic cut. Now I really like the plate system. I think Dawson does these. Like, I like this plate system. These dots are mounted hella good if you get them from Staccato. Like, I like the way they're mounted. They seem very secure. I'm very happy with it. What they've done here is cut it to get it super low, and this gun ships, I don't know, I think you can buy it without the SRO, but it's cut super low and sold with the SRO. So as you can see here, they get it super low in there. Now, is that better? Like, for me, in terms of practical use, no, not really. But like, in theory, it's better, I guess. So they did that, right? And that's kind of how the gun feels to me. So like, look at the safeties that come with this thing. Like, they're not very wide. Like, it's a little bit of struggle bus. Like, I wouldn't really like those for actually competing with, just because it's like, I have to kind of work at it to hit them. These are a little bit bigger, just a little bit wider. The trigger shoe, instead of being plastic, it's metal. The grip, I actually like the grip the most on this gun. It has the amount of texture that I would kind of want. Like, it's grippy, it's grabby. It's not super, I don't believe it's steel, like the grip itself. It might be G10, like, I don't really know, I can't tell. I don't know what it is, but it does not feel like steel. So the gun's not really heavy or cumbersome, which I genuinely like, but it gives me the amount of tread that I want. You might recall from the Staccato discussions, it's like, do I like the grip on this thing? It works for me. Like, it grew on me a little bit, but I would prefer a little bit more texture on it, a little more tread. See what I mean? Like, with the side-by-side with the Staccato, it's like, okay, this is the same sort of concept. It's just, I suppose, a little bit nicer. Now, in terms of shooting it, the shooting dynamics, it was like, it's very comparable to Staccato XL, obviously, being a comped gun. But I would say that the XL feels more violent to me. This gun feels fast, and it feels soft, and it doesn't rise that much. I like it when the gun feels fast. Usually associated when the gun feels fast is that it gets violent. Like, it just starts to like move more violently. It starts to, like, you feel like you have to like do something to hang on to it or something. No, this gun's not like that. Like, it's flat, it's fast, it's not harsh at all. It's a very nice gun to shoot, as you might expect. And like I said, like, with a direct comparison to an XL, like, this gun feels a little bit better in terms of the recoil impulse, if you ask me. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like first impressions are like, yeah, I mean, this is a high dollar 2011. It kind of feels like a high dollar 20. I mean, yeah, it feels like a high dollar 2011. But you know how these things get when you're spending this kind of money on a gun, most people are going to want it to be like exactly right. So even though, like for example, the safeties here, yeah, are these bigger? Like, is this better than on the Staccato? Yeah, I would say so. Is this what I would use for competition? Probably not. Like I like the 45-degree safeties from Atlas, you know, like a little wider paddle or something. Like probably these would not be the ticket for most people, even though it's like slightly better than what's on the Staccato. That's kind of how the gun is. It's like, yeah, it's like slightly better. So first impressions of the gun, I'm like, yeah, I understand. This is like Atlas money or like whatever. This is the amount of money that you're spending on the gun. You can get pretty much any of the 2011s that you want. Most people, I reckon, would probably not buy this, you know, unless like, I don't know, unless they like just love the look of it or whatever. They're fans of the John Wick movie. I don't know. Does it have that like special appeal to me where I'm like, yeah, I emotionally want that gun, so I'll pay for it? Like, no, not really. But the gun shoots really nice. I'll give it that. I mean, I like the gun. It's just, when you look at it, it's just like, I would probably get something that's precisely the way I wanted it. Let's make sure, I'm gonna go through the spec sheet and make sure I talk about everything. 5-inch large single port compensator with DLC coated match grade barrel. Yes. Oh, that's one thing. This is like a goofy color. It's kind of cool. Like it's a little bit striking. It's the sort of thing. It's like buying an orange car. Maybe it's like you like that for a little while, and then you maybe don't like it, and then it's hard to get rid of. It's kind of like that. It's like it's a very striking color. I don't know how I would feel about it if I bought the gun, and then like 3 years from now I have it, and I'm like, you know, fuck that color. Maybe I'd feel. I don't know about that. But you kind of like the color, or you don't. But it is DLC. I don't know if the DLC done on this is on par with the Staccato stuff. It sure feels like it is. Like the gun doesn't, it's not really been beat up, but it's not showing anywhere. I mean, it looks fine. It's got the precision cut optic for Trijicon RMR. In parentheses says ultra low. Like I can verify that. This is a very low cut. Cardi bronze DLC coating, yep. Extreme engineering fire control group. Yeah, so the fire control group between the hammer, the trigger, like other stuff, it's a slightly lighter trigger than the Staccato. Not very different in terms of travel. And then the metal shoe is definitely a difference you can feel. This gun has the plastic shoe on it. Probably, I would just expect most people would prefer the feel of a metal shoe, but I don't know. Okay, extended slide, is this even different? Yeah, it says it has an extended slide release. It's not different than the XL. Ultimate ergonomic beaver tail and safety fit. I will say that the grip safety, it's functional, but man, you just touch it and it's already disengaged. So the grip safety is like, I think very nicely done on this thing. Like I like the way it is. And I think that's pretty much it. DLC coated steel checkered mainspring housing. Yeah, there's a bit of steel there. Okay. Extended firing pin, TTI. This is what the TTI Phantom grip. That's what that is. I do like the Phantom grip very much. Just with my first impressions of it. All right. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. There you go, the TTI Sandviper. It is a gun that you can buy if you have a lot of money and you don't mind like just setting fire to that shit. Because that's pretty much what you're doing when you're buying guns this expensive. Oh, man. If you have questions about the gun, curious about something, put it down in the comments and I'll do a follow-up.